Okay, that's Kamoi Station. That's one station before Nakayama Station when I come home from work. So sometimes I get off here if the weather's nice and I walk the one station distance home. And I just come out of the station, come down to this path. Try to avoid people walking around. There we go. And I just walk down this path. Now there's another path here, but I just, take this path first because they join up. So you come up right here, and then you're by the river. And at my normal walking pace, it's about 30 minutes-ish. Sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less. And I try to do this now at least twice a week. Wednesday or Thursday. Usually Thursday after work. And then again on Saturday, because Saturdays we start earlier and finish earlier. While the sun's up and do some shopping before I go to my apartment. And now it's after 10. I left my apartment about 9-ish. But I've been stopping a lot to take pictures, so it was more than 30 minutes to come down the other side of the river and then cross that bridge, and now I'm going on this side of the river back home. And I took a lot of pictures of cherry blossoms and flowers, and there are cherry trees on this side of the river too, but I probably won't stop as often unless I see something that I really want to take a picture of this time. Because I think I've gotten enough cherry blossom pictures for this year. Or rather for today. But a lot more people are out now that it's a bit later in the day. A lot more kids. There were kids down by the river practicing badminton, practicing soccer, throwing balls around with their friends or their dad. The school year is going to restart, I think, next week for most people. So the slightly early closure, about 2 weeks before the end of the school year, because school starts in Japan in April and finishes in mid-March. So they've got 2 or 3 weeks off before the school year starts. But the Prime Minister decided to close all public schools early. Which was kind of pointless if they close it like a week or 2 weeks earlier than usual. And then they reopen again at the start of the school year in April. The coronavirus or the SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19 or all of that stuff, it's not over. So closing a couple weeks early was basically lip service, didn't really accomplish much. But this might be the last Sunday after a longer than usual spring break. But now that it's after 10, there are a lot more people out walking around than there were earlier. I guess they're all trying to beat the rain because it is still cloudy. The sun's come out a couple times and then gone back behind the clouds since I've been out walking. So I just wanted to show this. This is one of my walks that I've been doing more often recently. And now that the weather is getting warmer, it is quite easy to get off one stop early and walk home. Especially when I don't need to go to the supermarket. when there's nothing I need to buy. I've got, a good enough stock of food. I kind of did an inventory today and arranged things in order of expiration date. But I've got a lot of stuff that doesn't expire until spring of 2021. I don't have to buy food for a month or so, but I tend to replace what I eat so I can maintain my food stock. So I can keep a pretty stable month plus supply of food for the foreseeable future. I do have to buy juice and things like that though. One Thursday evening, a couple of weeks ago when I was walking home, I heard a lot of strange noises to my right, and I looked over and I saw in one of these two trees, I think this tree, maybe 5 or 6, black shapes silhouetted against the kind of greenish orange night sky, because it never gets really black around Yokohama. And sometimes the shapes would spread their wings and make these very deep squawking sounds, and I realized it was about 5 or 6 big cormorants just perched up in the tree, and the branches were like banding down because cormorants are fairly large, and I had no idea that they hung out in trees. But there were 5 or 6 of them, and I noticed in this river there were cranes and cormorants and ducks. Because it is spring, a lot of birds are coming back from wherever they went for the winter. But I'm encountering more and more people, so I'll probably stop this video now. But just a nice, cool, refreshing, relaxing day for a walk. Get out and beat the rain that might come in the afternoon. Thanks for watching. Tiny little bit of blue sky trying to get through. Hey, grass.